And I believe that Edward is in the house. We're going to chat with him briefly. There he is. Whoops, there he is. How are you
Hi.
doing this day, Ed?
Oh, I'm doing terrific. So glad to be on the program today with friends old and new. Always exciting to be here. And fun story about that video. When I did that, at the beginning, you saw I put up on the screen, it said actual cat. Maybe I don't know if you could see the cat was going around the base of the dog thing there. I didn't know she was in the room. And right about when I said water to one, she walked over my feet. And that's when I looked down like that, like, oh, so fun true story there about the
Perfect.
cat at the magic show.
Perfect. Perfect. You know what? I'd like to chat briefly with you about several things, but this popped into my head today, and I'm going to annoy our guests by asking them what their very first magical performance was like. Can you remember? I know that you've done so much. You've toured and you've done shows all over the place, but can you go back in time, go into that H.G. Wells time machine and remember your very, very first magic show? What was it like?
Yeah, I do remember actually. I don't remember how old I was, uh, young, but it was there was an event at a school, and they were having some kind of banquet something, and they had one of those cafetoriums. Remember the infamous cafetoriums? And some of them had a little stage at the end of the basketball court. It was like you could play basketball and put the hoops up, and now it was a stage. And it was about a 10-foot stage, had a little curtain, which seemed fancy at the time. And I did, magic tricks for people. And this lady who worked with my parents asked me, would I come and do some magic on this show for this school event of some sort? So I said yes, and then tried to figure out what to do on that stage. And honestly, all I really remember was that I had a finish that I produced this bouquet of flowers and give it to the lady who had asked me, who was the host of the show. That's the only part I really remember of what I did. But I thought, I was being pretty clever by flattering the host there at the end. It's like,
Yes.
ha, and
Awesome.
this is for you.
I
So
love
that's
it.
what I remember
Awesome.
about.
Uh, I know it's a bit of a blur for me. I was a bit of a late starter. I think I was 14 when I did my first show. It was a high school variety show,
Yes.
and I was trying to be the amazing Kreskin, but the real me came out, and the real me was somewhat overweight, longish hair. Oh, dark aviator glasses. Interesting. And a white Lee suit with a pink shirt. But it went over well. But some of the effects are a bit of a blur for me as well because, it's in a way it's traumatic. I hope you do a good job. And it did turn out quite well. Before we plug the thing that you're involved with tomorrow, that's the Saturday. I just want to give out your info, your contact info. I want to emphasize that for viewers if they want to book you for something magical, something special with or without your wife. I know you work with your wife and who's Karen Underwood. How
Yes.
can people contact you?
Well, I'm on Facebook, and on Facebook, of course, I'm Edward L. Underwood, and that's because my publisher. I also write kind of spooky history books and funny history books. Ed Underwood is actually a preacher from Florida, and in, in social media, we get cross ties there. So I became my full given name of Edward L. Underwood. It's much more aristocratic, don't you think? So
Indeed.
I'm Edward L on Facebook. You can find me real easily there. And of course, our website for our full theater show is cinemagicians.com. And you can contact me through there as well.
Excellent, excellent. And when this finally airs in the YouTube version, it'll be either scrawling like myself, scrawling across the bottom of the page, or just pop-ups for all to remember and for all to
And we
know.
can say operators are standing by.
Limited time, only 10 minutes left. Phone now, phone now.